We now got Trevor Condon out of Etowah joining us, playing for U.S. Prime National / Aces National. I'm shopping the name U.S. Prime Aces, which I think is less of a mouthful. Are you on board with that?
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So tell me about these teams coming together. You played for Aces National last year. What was the reaction, and then knowing the guys that you guys were kind of absorbed from the U.S. Prime side?
Well, it was more of the Aces team itself is still Aces National. We didn't really lose any players besides, I believe, 3 or 4 that aren't here.
Okay.
On top of it, we gained Denton Lord during, I think it was WWBA last year, and ever since then, it's just kind of clicked. Our team's energizers. I mean, we're just kind of all got along the first time we met, and it was kind of easy flowing. But we're some studs, I believe. So
yeah,
it's
daunting when we were watching you guys in action yesterday to think about how a pitcher navigates that lineup. What's it like to be in it?
It's pretty cool. I mean, me being a leadoff and having Coleman Borthwick after me, I mean, that's a big 2-hole right there. I know there's a little frightening to see him in the batter's box probably, but it's exciting for this team. I mean, you have a bunch of commits and a bunch of people who want it, and I believe we want it a little more than everyone else. So
now a Tennessee commit, you were part of the 2024 Future Games last summer. Tell me about that experience and then getting locked up with Tony Vitello after it.
Well, the Futures Game experience for me was probably my favorite experience I've had in a long time, besides state. It was just, I showed up with a bunch of kids that we obviously knew because we're from Georgia, and it's just we've been playing against each other our whole lives. And we all came out and we shined. And the connection I have with Coach V in Tennessee is something that I wanted. I mean, when I went up there for my visit, it was very, very structured, and it's the blueprint they gave out that really settled it down for me. I mean, it was, they explained why or how they got these players to the pros and what they expect to do with me when I get there, and I see no problem with me. So it was a done deal. I could sign it down there. I was like, let's go. Like this is my place.
Now the second-ranked outfielder in Georgia, fourth overall in the class, number 10 in the nation at the position, 38th overall. You got some love from Sean Duncan on the way out. Shooter Hunt, the vice president of scouting for Prep Baseball, told me a few weeks ago you're a name that he has circled this summer for a guy definitely on the rise. How do you kind of not let all that get to you?
I just don't focus on it. I focus on myself in the game and just trying to win and be the best player I can. I just be myself. And my dad always told me, just do you. And so that's what I do. I just do me.
I got to know about the hood because I hate to give you too much credit here as a trendsetter, but since you started wearing one primarily a couple years ago, not only do we see so many of the guys wearing them now, but I'm seeing a lot of kids now who are jumping into the batter's box. Do you allow yourself to take credit as a baseball influencer?
I'll take a little bit of credit, but I have to give credit when it's due.
Okay.
My boys, Bryce Adam and Jake Zahner, those are my best friends. And from last year, we were the beast of the outfield. And, it was almost like it's a cape pretty much.
I love that, yeah.
We believe that our outfield was untouchable, and it was. We didn't make a single error that whole season. That was the state championship run. And those were my boys, and it was just fun playing out there with them, and it was like we would run around, it would float like a cape. It was like we're superheroes, so it was cool. And they obviously graduated and they're killing it in college ball, and I got to keep it going. So I never take it off.
Is it ever get too hot down here in Georgia?
No. Never. Not
never?
too hot for me.
Never?
Not for me.
So Etowah was number 2 in the nation. You guys end up losing to Lowndes in the state semifinals. You had walked it off in the bottom of the 8th, though, to make the Sweet 16. How do you kind of summarize a run that doesn't end the way you wanted it to?
Disappointing. It was disappointing, definitely. I mean, we obviously had our expectations to go for the 2-peat, and it happens. Things happen. It's baseball. It's a sport. But what I believe in is what happens after that defines you as a player and as a program, as a team, your character. Like, that's what I believe in. So I think the losing is a sign from God to just take your next step and not worry about it and just take the next victory that you can. Like, and honestly, probably as soon as you can. Like, I took no days off after that. I went straight after it just to go.
Your Twitter profile says in order to be number one, you have to train like you're number two. Tell me about that mentality.
I call that dog mentality.
Yeah.
Dog timing. That's what I stand on. I mean, if you know me personally, you probably understand that. I've probably told you that a little bit. But, I mean, it's as it says. In order to be number one, you got to train like you're number two. You always have to make sure there's someone better than you, even if you don't truly believe it. Like, that's just something that just gets me to be more disciplined day in and day out.
I know people who observe you as a player, parents, coaches that are watching, wonder what does a guy who has reached that upper level do that maybe they're not doing. So what are those things that you're doing completely away from baseball? Maybe it's more mental training, those things that you feel like are separators for you.
Honestly, I couldn't really tell you. I think I was just born with something that's a little different from everyone else. From what people have told me, they're just, you're different, Trev. You're different. I'm like, oh, thanks, guys. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but I'll take it as one. And, you know, as I said, I just do me. And at the end of the day, if you don't like me for me doing me, that's not my problem. So I just do me.
All right, well, I know not only can you play ball, but you can sing as part of your team because Riley Sears got injured, and we have to show this video real quick of you guys harmonizing in the hospital. So take me inside this. So you guys start harmonizing Low Taper Fade. I had Jackson Rose in here. I wanted him to freestyle for me, but he would not do it, but I've seen his rhyme skills. Tell me about this one.
I mean, this moment is inspirational for us. Harder at that. I mean, Sears is a big part of our team. Low Taper Fade, Low Taper Fade, Low Taper Fade, Low Taper Fade. Boy, look at that smile on his face. Speaking of Sears, he's actually doing really well right now. I'm happy.
Awesome, boys. That's great.
For all of us, especially since we were allowed to.
Of course it was one. Bird Gang on me. Bird Gang on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bird Gang.
God bless them. That was probably.
I love you, boys. Thank you for coming.
That Low Taper Fade is that's inspirational for us. I mean, we just keep it going.
And this team is extremely tight, and I think that kind of shows it too. You know, the fact that you guys came up together, and I talked to Jackson about this. There was an expectation when you guys came up as 8th graders. You're like, look, this crew's coming up, and this team's going to be good for a long time. And not only you guys done it, but you guys have done it together and stayed tight throughout.
Yeah, it's a great connection. I mean, our chemistry is through the roof. So we've obviously all grown up with each other. But on top of it, we all played at Hobgood. So it was like I played with Sharman since I was 6 years old. So me and him have always been close. I've played against Dion since I was 6 years old. So me and him have always been close. And it's cool that we all finally get to like combine like that and just be Etowah Eagles, like, and the Bird Gang that everyone knows.
I coached at Hobgood for a long time, so it's cool to see you guys come up and be like that. One more question I want to get to before you get out of here. You had initially committed to Miami back in 2022. When you think about guys now who don't have that opportunity and they kind of just get to wait, how much do you kind of envy the player now that wasn't expected to make an early decision?
Yeah, I think it's actually probably a good thing that we have that rule out. I think a lot of the kids do the commitments as a social media thing and get it out there. Like from what I've heard from people who have decommitted from schools like that, they were like, oh, I just wanted to get there for the offer and all this stuff. But obviously that wasn't my reason for it. I had other reasons, and you know, it's a trial to go through. I mean, and as long as you keep your head straight above the clouds and really worry about yourself and your team and what you can do to be the best, then your things and your glory should come with it, and it's all thanks to God.
Well, exciting stuff, and we are excited to see Trevor Condon in action this summer and next year as well at Etowah. Trevor, man, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for
Always
having
great
me,
to see you.